So some advice on trying to build on the momentum of the opportunities that you've already had and how to grow that into something bigger.
Do you know what you want to build? A company?
Let's do it.
Then I would say, well, when I work with small organizations in marketing, it's about the branding. So I think you probably should investigate what are your overall goals or overarching goals for whatever you want to do, and then you start seeking out those particular resources to support that. So to be, okay, what is your cultural framework, or what is your mandate of sorts? And so from that particular mandate, then you can say, okay, these are the particular resources I will seek to support that, which supports the company. Of course, you have to get it registered and go through all that particular process, right? And then you start seeking the funding to support the work that you do. But you have to be very clear from the very beginning what it is that you want to do. So how all these things that you've been doing for 2 years can pull together to make that particular image or that particular brand that you are willing or wanting to develop into something else. I mean, we could talk about that after if you...
What's standing in your way? What's your obstacle?
I don't really know at this point. I'm not sure what I should be focusing on necessarily. Like, it just feels like I don't know where to start. I could continue with what I'm doing, which is apply to different
festivals. Do you have a dream? Do you have like a dream, a big dream? No, seriously, dream big and then work towards the dream. Yeah, know exactly what you're going for. As soon as you know exactly what you want, what you're going for, you'll get it if you want it. There's no reason. I mean, that's the only reason anyone gets to where they want, because they're really clear about what they want and they go for it. No one's better than anyone else. Well, some people have more talent, but then at a certain point, it just becomes like the psychology. It's like you against yourself, you versus your brain. Seriously.
Can I just anecdotally, I know where you're coming from. I was definitely at that place after a few years in Toronto. Little bits all over the place, and just did a really practical, I dream, if you want a company, figure out how to do that. But one of the first things I did was I applied for a DanceWorks Co-works slot, and I just took an idea that seemed to pull together, either literally pull together all the smaller pieces that you have already into one show, or take the elements. What is it about all those different things that really represents you as an artist? And for me, it was creating a new work, but with a group of people that I was sure I wanted to work with because I'd worked with them on these little things, pulled it all together and did my first show. And Blue Ceiling Dance didn't exist until after that, because I did that first one and I figured out what it was about that I really wanted to pursue. And then I started formulating the company and moving on from there. I think the Co-work series through DanceWorks is a really valuable tool, because it's for a small fee, you get a lot of support. And if you're willing to take the financial risk of presenting your own show, there are ways to do it that are very, very affordable. It's still a lot of money, but it's very affordable. It's a good leap to take to figure out what you want, like what Kevin and Michael are saying.
Yeah, just do something bigger.
Yeah,
Seriously, bigger. Just go bigger.
And I'm still trying to figure that out myself. But as we're all saying, being specific, but literally specific, like what kind of show you want to do, in what theater, where, with whom. And that's what I'm still trying to work, but that's what we always talk about. What is it to be successful? It's different for everyone, right? So maybe for someone to be doing a show in this venue, that's their goal. But if you know that that's what you want to do, then you'll find your ways to make it happen. I think that's my thing for now. Just know exactly what you want to do, and then you'll somehow make it work. You'll find a way.
And it will take money.
And
but
time.
I think I was actually here. Wow, it's like deja vu. I was actually here at the CDA on panel, and I made this comment about investing in yourself or reinvesting in yourself. And what I started to do is from every single thing that I do, I put aside a portion of payment or whatever to possibly either self-present myself in a theater somewhere, or go away on a professional development of some kind, or seek out some other resource that will actually build what I do artistically and for my company as well. So I think it's always going to be important to reinvest in yourself. Sometimes it's going to be $20 every 2 weeks. Who knows? After 3 years, I guarantee you, that's a lot of money in the bank. So it's about reinvesting and reinventing what you do every single time.
All right, so we have about 10 minutes left, and I'm just going to take a moment to thank the audience at home. We did have a question that came in, and so this one is for Apolonia. How would you book commercials and music videos before an audition? Because most of the time, they have already picked their dancers before the audition even happens.
It's a good one, and it's true. But I guess 90% of the time, I think, is the question, how do you prepare?
So how do you book commercials before an audition?
Oh, how do you book? I guess, okay, that would go with how do you prepare yourself to book auditions, would be, I think the huge thing is the image, fortunately or unfortunately. But commercial is about what you look like, if you fit the image they're going for. So it's not about your skills, 90% of the time. It's about if you fit the image or what they're looking for. So it's everything. It's your image. So work on your image, whatever that means for you. And then being, like I said earlier, not only confident with what you do, but be really good at something. So once they're looking for a specific thing, you're ready. They're looking for a hip-hop dancer. It's not, I think I kind of do hip-hop. No, I can do it and be there and be ready for that. But that's just a side note. But then for the connections, that's when the networking comes in, and that's before even the audition comes. If the choreographer knows you, then you might have a 80% chance of more likely to get it. Training, taking class, knowing the choreographers, having a good relationship with casting agencies, things like that.
Great. And also, could you repeat some of the resources that you look to for the work that you get?
Yes. Like I said, casting agencies on Facebook, you can find them, danceontariomandy.com, and word of mouth, and having an agent.